Hi, this is Carrie with CraftyCarrie.com, and I'm here to show you this new card that's San Francisco Giants themed for my friend for her birthday. I made this for part of the challenge at creativeclubchallenges.com that my friend Wendy Cranford has organized. And I'm going to show you just some tips and tricks for making this, especially this little baseball, because that's not stamped, it's done by hand. So let me show you how I did that. So first thing you're going to need is a 2.5-inch circle punch. We're going to go ahead and punch that out. You'll actually need 2 of them because one is going to be your template. Alright, so here's my clean one that I just punched out, and here's another one that I punched out that's my template. And I don't know if you can see here, but I made these little marks on here, and let me show you why. I just eyeballed it on the first one that I did, and I kind of put it too far and drew the line. It didn't look right. And then I tried another one. And then once I got the stitching line to where I wanted it, then I went ahead and took my template and I lined it up here along the stitching line, and then I made 2 little X's so that's really easy for me to reproduce. So I'm taking here my Tangerine Tango marker, and you could use any color, but for the SF Giants it seemed like the thing to do. So you can see here I've lined up my little hashtags with the circle, and I'm just going to draw the line and then flip it around 180 degrees, line up my template again, and draw the other stitching line. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is a super sweet handmade card. And then to make the crosshatch stitching, I just made little V's like this. And you might want to take a little bit more time than I'm taking now, but since I'm on camera, I just want to get this done for you. There we go, that's better. I want to add a little bit of shading here to the card. And so to do that, I used soft suede. Actually, that's not true. I used Sahara Sand. I got the right one. I took Sahara Sand. So to make it a little bit dirty, I took Sahara Sand and a little sponge. I've got some ink on there, and I just got it a little bit dirty. And I did kind of all the edges a little bit, but I made it dirtier on one part because I wanted it to look like it had rolled around in the sand a little bit. So that's all I did for the shoot. Well, see, I got a little bit more ink on it than I intended, but that's okay. We can make a new one of those later. So let me show you a few other tips for this card. And I wanted a slightly bigger card than the normal A2 size because it was for a group of people to sign, and I wanted a little bit more room. So this card is 4.5 by 7.5. And I made a custom envelope for it too that I'll show you at the end of the video. So to make the pennant, what I did is I just eyeballed it. I measured out the middle line. There's a teeny tiny dot here, you can see here, where I measured right in the middle, and then I eyeballed about 1 inch up. And that's how I usually make my pennants. So I find the center, I cut the center line, and then I cut from corner to that little dot. Great. And then I wanted a little bit extra to make that stand out a little bit more. You don't need it. This looks nice too, but I wanted just a little bit of extra oomph. So what I did was, let's see here, I only need about this much, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this piece down. So I just put a little bit of sticky strip on the back, this sticky strip, and then I placed this down here like this, and it's okay to make it a little bit too long. And then you're going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to eyeball it here and cut up to the middle. I find if I don't do that, if I don't have a place that I'm aiming for, then it's really hard for me to get it straight. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm using the line of my scissors and eyeballing that little point there. And that makes it easy to line up. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And then I wanted a little piece at the top, so I'm just going to hack off. That's my straight edge, so that'll be fine. And then a little bit here, sticky strip. Perfect. So then I've got a little bit bigger banner and it's just a little bit brighter. The next thing I did is I made a little bit of grass here, so you can see, and for this, I used the fringe scissors, and I just cut, about halfway down. And again, they're not exactly the same length, but I was okay with that because grass isn't perfect either. Well, grass in a baseball field might be, but I just wanted it. And then I kind of fluffed it up a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. And then a little bit of snail. And I actually put that down. And I thought it needed a little bit something more, so I put on a little bit of ribbon, which you could do or not do. But I liked it, and this was for a girl baseball fan, so you can decide whether you think that makes it too girly. Okay. And then the stamp set, the sentiment that I used is from Label Love. It's one of my favorite stamp sets. It's got all kinds of great occasions in it, and there is a matching punch to really easily punch out your shape. And this does come in a bundle. If you want the stamp set and the punch together, you get 15% off. So here I've already stamped my image, and I'm just going to line this up in here. Actually, it looks like it's going to be easier going the other way. Just line that up, punch it out. And then I added 2 extra little pennants because I think the pennant theme goes really well with baseball. And for this, it's just this little banner punch. And this was in Celebration, but they brought it out in the new catalog too, which I'm really happy about because I think it's so cute. So then I've got those 2 little pieces, and again I just use a little bit of snail on the back of this. And then lined it up from the front. It's not straight. And you've got a whole other shape there, and then I popped that up with dimensionals, which of course I don't have here on my table with me. But we can lay this out and you can get an idea. And I'll make a new baseball that's a little bit prettier, and that's the card. All right, so that's the card. So thanks so much for stopping by today and watching this tutorial. Please come back to CraftyCarrie.com in the future for more tips, tricks, and tutorials. And feel free to stop by my website if you want to purchase any of the supplies to make this card. I much appreciate your business. Thanks so much and have a great day.